Work energy and power. So qala njenge-triangle, sijonge i-triangle. If we have a triangle like this from i-maths, sibiza uba i-right angled triangle. So i-right angled triangle neli cala lingu-y, eli cala leli siye sithi i-opposite phaa kwi-maths. Then if we have i-angle here, then this one is hypotenuse phaa kwi-maths, sibe ne-adjacent side phaa kwi-maths. Okay, usually apha kuthi kwi-physics eli cala liba yi-height yethu, then i-hypotenuse yethu ibe ngu-delta x, then this one asidili ngayo. So ithethe ukuthi funeka ukwazi ke ngoku ufuna u-delta x, that is i-hypotenuse side, ukwazi ufuna i-opposite, that is i-height yethu. We can use u-sin theta using laa nto isithi SOHCAHTOA kwi-maths. So sosebenzisa u-sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse side. So if sifuna i-height sizobe siyinikiwe u-hypotenuse ongu-delta x. If sifuna u-delta x sizobe siyinikiwe i-height ne-angle. If sifuna i-angle sizobe sizinikwe zoyi-2. So xa sifuna i-angle theta, that is angle of inclination, we will use sin theta thina. Then if we want u-delta x, we will use this sin theta. If we are looking for example for a height, we will use sin theta. So that is the first thing that we need to know before we start with work energy and power. Masisuse ke ngoku yonke le because ayingendawo for now. Asike siyisuse le. Then sibe ne-work now. I-work is defined as i-formula yayo. I-work is calculated by F times delta x cos theta. We use le formula ke xa sibala i-work. So ithini le formula? We have this one, u-W omele i-work, then sibe ne-force, any force, then sibe no-delta x. Then u-delta x yintoni yena? U-delta x yi-angle between i-force luthetha ngayo izobala i-work yayo ne-motion biya kweliphi icala. Let's make an example. If we have a box lab, let's say we have this 2 kg block. Lo 2 kg block uyatsalwa nge-force applied, uya to the right, for example. We will draw a free body diagram here. Sibe no F normal force, sibe no weight, that is Fg. Let's say there is a friction, so it is no friction pa. So delta x yi distance ukusuka, for example, kuzotsho a, that is delta x wethu. Ku-delta x lo uzoyitsala le object izofika lapha, for example. U-delta x yi distance nansi apha uyitsalile, so ihambe u-delta x yi displacement in other words. Then i-angle ke ngoku le free body diagram izobe le angle. I-angle dina, so i-angle ke ngoku yona i-angle theta, u-theta yi-angle between i-force and displacement. If singayijonga le displacement ithi mayiye le object to the right, i-motion yale object iyaphi e-right, then uzojonga each force uba ithini i-angle. Masenze umzekelo, u-F, this one, u-F nangu-F, u-F uye-right ne-object ye-right, same direction. Same direction. Therefore, theta is equal to 0. Therefore, theta is equal to 0 degrees. Along same direction. Now, sijonge ke ngoku ubani normal force. U-normal force ubungamjonga uyenyuka. uperpendicular to the horizontal. So naku normal force iyenyuka, naku normal force. Ubungamjonga ke ngoku normal force wenza 90 degrees to this direction. Normal force wenza 90 degrees to this direction. Therefore, i-angle pha normal force theta pi is equal to 90 degrees. U-FK bungamjonga, we are in opposite direction. Opposite direction. So theta wakhe uzohlala engu-180 because opposite direction. I-displacement iyale, i-motion ye-object iyale. So xa suka lapha sijonga nansi angle 90, then xa udlulisisa ngapha ngu-180, so ngu-180 pha. Then sibe no-FG. U-FG bungamjonga uyehla. So ithe ukuthi xa sijukusuka ngapha sisehla sisithi u-FG ngu-90. So u-FG yena lona iyawuba ngu-90 degrees i-angle. So basically that is angle theta. So into funeka siyi-understandile apha ku-work, energy and power yi-angle, this angle, which means we are going to calculate work done by force applied, work done by this force. Ubale work done by normal force, work done by normal force, angle uyayazi. Ubale work done by FK, work done by FK, the angle uyayazi. Ubale work done by FG, work done by FG. Alright, so sigqibile ke ngoku le ye-formula ye-work done. So kubekho ezingayenziyi work at all, ezingayenziyi work at all. If singajonga kule free body diagram yethu, we have the normal force, we have the force applied, we have the weight, that is FG, then we have FK. Kwezi forces ikhona engayenziyi work. I-force engu-90 degrees, okanye masithi force that is perpendicular to the motion. I-force, any force that acts perpendicular to the motion, to the direction of motion, law force layer does a zero work. So the work done would be equal to 0 joules for all of us. For example, up is no 90 degrees. Therefore, in normal force, no zero work. The work done here is equal to 0. And this one now 90 degrees to this direction. Therefore, the work done is equal to 0 joules. Sishiye ke ngoku nezi zoyi-2. Sishiye nezi zoyi-2. Then kwezi zoyi-2 sine ebangela object ihambe, this one. This one will give us a positive work and this one will give us the negative work. But ezi zoyi-2 zona uzozifaka kwi-diagram yakho xa ubala i-work. Zi-out because zi-perpendicular to the displacement. It's perpendicular to the displacement. Then sibe sigqibile leyo ipart sizoyekubaleni ke ngoku. So we have this formula. This is the first formula sithethile ngayo. Then makasiyojonga ke ngoku enye ezinye formulas esingazisebenzisa apha. We have this formula esiyibiza ngoba singene energy. Or in fact, before that, since sithetha nge-forces, we have net force esingathethanga ngayo. Net force is equal to MA. Net force is equal to MA. So a net force is equal to MA, which means njengoba sithe work is equal to a force times delta x cos theta. So if we see to work net, so to work net here, sichona lapha sibe nobani, sibe no net. So singa substitute ke ngu up, then singa substitute nje i-net force lingana bani no MA. We can say MA here, MA delta x cos theta. So singayisebenzisa naleyo ke ka F net, but there are many ways ikhona indlela esisebenza ngayo xa sibeka ibala i-work net thina asisebenzisa zonke ii-formulas. So this formula is not much important, so siyisuse. Then siye ku-energy. I-energy can be a kinetic energy. Energy can be a kinetic energy, that is EK, which is 1/2 mv squared. Then can be EP, mgh. Energy can be EM, that is EK plus EP. So that is the part energy. Then we have power. Power is equal to W divided by delta T, the rate at which work is done. That is power. You can use average power, which is equal to a force times average velocity. But the average velocity is a constant velocity. Constant velocity. Then we are done with this one. Now we will combine work and energy. Then singing in details. We have these formulas esisebenzayo. Let me go straight. Work is equal to a force times delta x cos theta. This is the first one. Sibe formula ethi work net is equal to change in EK. Sibe formula ethi work done by non-conservative forces is equal to change in EK. Now, as formulas ziyasebenza zonke. This one isebenza noma kuphi. This one singakhetha ke, but I like this one. I like this one xa siku-incline. Let's talk about this one. When an object moves ku-incline, let's say sinale object nansiya iku-incline surface. Now the object is moving here. Let's say, for example, this object is sliding down, for example. Let's say sliding down. Yes, the object. That is 2 kg. And let's say here there is a friction there. The surface is rough. Then let's say you are told that the height here, let's say, is 10 meters, for example. Then we are given the angle, for example, 30 degrees. Once I see incline, formula endiyisebenzisayo ithi work done by non-conservative forces, or andigqibanga, work done by non-conservative forces. Andigqibanga, that is plus change in EP. So thetha ngalena formula for now. Once in one incline, I use this formula, work done by non-conservative forces. Always. That is EK plus change in EP. Where change in EK is EK final minus EK initial, plus change in EP, it's EP final minus EP initial. So xa ndibona nje u-incline nansi iformula endiyisebenzisayo. Xa ndibona u-incline nansi iformula endiyisebenzisayo, which means we need to know non-conservative forces. So into endizoyenza ke ngoku xa ndiphendula questions ku-incline, I will choose this formula. Then I need to know the work done, the non-conservative forces, the forces that are non-conservative. Then I will make sure that the triangle yami iphelele, I have a height, I have hypotenuse, then the velocities, and so on and so on. For example, let's say this one is from rest. Then the question is to calculate the velocity at B, for example. Let's say go B lapha sino A. So into endiye ndiyenze ke ngoku mna ilula kakhulu. I will use this formula. I will first, step number 1, draw the free body diagram. The free body diagram. Number 2, remove all forces with 0 work, with work is equal to 0. So as ne 0 work ngoku forces zeziya besithe forces as perpendicular xa uzizoba. Now let's draw the free body diagram and remove. Free body diagram yethu we incline, we have FG. FG is always downwards, that is weight. Then we have in normal force. Let's define normal force. It is a perpendicular force exerted by the surface on an object in contact with it. Then sibe frictional force. The frictional force is opposing the motion of an object because the object here, therefore frictional force yenyuka. So sitsho sibe free body diagram kanje. That is a normal force which is always perpendicular to the surface. Then sibe no FK. So I will cancel the ones that do no work. Since this one stay perpendicular, it does no work on an object. So sibe nayo ke ngoku sishiyeke nale, that is frictional force and FG. Ziyi-2 ke ngoku. Now we have to choose number 3. Choose forces that are known as conservative or non-conservative. Choose forces that are conservative. Yeah. So kali forces kwezi 2 as conservative, as non-conservative, I mean, because the formula ithi non-conservative forces, which means let's choose non-conservative forces here. So in non-conservative forces esinazo lapha, it's a friction only. So ithi ukuthi ke ngoku so but I work done by friction, therefore we can use this formula. So from here sizothi ke ngoku work done by non-conservative force, work done by FK. So FK is change in EK plus change in EP. So sibe sichuzile ke ngoku i-force yesokwazi ubala ke ngoku sibhale ke ngoku yonke into ebuziweyo sikwazi uyibala. So I use this formula for incline. So incline sisebenzisa work done by non-conservative forces always. There's step number 1, draw the free body diagram. Step number 2, remove all the forces that do no work, that is the normal force in this case. Step number 3, choose forces that are non-conservative. And non-conservative force is FK in this case. So must conclude ke ngoku. I-conclusion yethu it, once you see we incline, we use work done by non-conservative force formula layer. So we incline, we use work done by non-conservative forces. Then you draw the free body diagram. Then you cancel out forces ezingenzi work. Then you choose the one that is a non-conservative force. Alright, now make sijonge conservative force no non-conservative force. Bazeziphi forces? Conservative, non-conservative. So if forces esidila ngazo thina zi-5, we have normal force, we have FG, we have tension, we have FK, we have force applied. So sinezi forces, i-normal force we said ayiwenzi umsebenzi, does no work, so ngu-0 ndayisusa. So sishiye nezi-4, that is Fg, tension, friction, force applied. So Fg yena uhlale khona kuzo zonke i-object, which means created. So Fg created, udaliwe, therefore it's a conservative force. So masimbeke apha Fg. The rest is a non-conservative force. We have tension, we have Fk, we have force applied. Zonke nje into ezisondele phantsi zi-non-conservative forces. So ividiyo ezolandela ke ngoku izoba ngumzekelo apha kwi-non-conservative forces. Then so khala i-question ezothetha nge-non-conservative forces.